Good. All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the AOTA Inspire 2026 conference preview. Woohoo! So, we're so glad you could make it today. This is going to be a great opportunity to learn more about what conference actually looks like, details about parking, and all that. So, let's take a look at what we're going to look at today. So, hi, my name's Hannah. I'm you guys' senior chair moving out of the position. And we also have Sophia here, which is our junior now senior chair. Woohoo. We have a little bit of overlap in this position because conference is always in fieldwork trimester quarter. But it's good to have a team to work on this. So today we're just going to cover the check-in process, parking, dress code, and the AOTA app. So just some basics about conference, how to access information. We'll talk a little bit about what breakout sessions looks like and what options there are for those. Some information about the expo hall, commonly asked questions, and then what I'm excited for is our SOTA events and just other conference refund options. So, as you know, the conference is April 23rd to 25th. It's going to be in Anaheim. I'm assuming most of you are coming because you've already purchased tickets, so we won't go over ticket pricing very much, but the options are listed here if you haven't bought tickets or you know someone who's still interested in purchasing tickets. So our check-in location will be the foyer of halls A and B of Anaheim Convention Center. So can you see my little mouse on here? Okay. So we've got Hall A and Hall B. So it's kind of in between this area. The entrance is here. We have Grand Plaza, and there's some parking here and here. We'll talk about that more later. Registration opens up at 7 a.m., and I believe the line can vary in length depending on when you come within that hour. And the short courses and all the action items start at 8. So the conference is open at 7 to begin registration. I don't think it's like a 7 a.m. you have to be in line type thing, but I do think especially the first day and Saturday are the busier days because that's when you get a lot more traffic. So just something to be mindful. And then when you come to the registration, all you need to show them is your registration confirmation email and QR code. So it's the email subject. Thank you for registering. You can just look up AOTA Inspire and it should pop up if you purchased it. I actually just practiced beforehand and it was pretty easy to find. You can also make your message like starred so you just know where to find it or take a screenshot before you go if you're worried about it. And so let's look at some parking. We have, this is our map, overhead map of the Anaheim Convention Center. And here's another one. So we have Car Park 1, which is near the Anaheim Convention Center North. So this is by the fountain, and you can park there. And there's also additional parking. You can see here the Toy Story lot. So those are two options for the closest parking. Again, I think there's other parking anywhere throughout Anaheim. But I believe that those two are the closest. Yeah, and there is a Disney shuttle service. I think that can be hard to navigate. So, but if at your own risk, you know. So just some basics about dress code. It is a business casual event. They want you to be comfortable, but also still look professional because you never know who you're going to meet, what connections you're going to make. And they also really do recommend comfortable shoes. So you can see here people are wearing all the classic cardigans and stuff, just a little bit more of a step up attire. So I believe like no scrubs. If it's a t-shirt, it's like a soda t-shirt or like representing some sort of organization. But you'll want to be able to have yourself put together and maybe even business cards because we're going to be meeting some really cool people here. A little bit more about AOTA Inspire and just the program itself. They have an app which is really cool because this will help you navigate kind of the plethora of things that are happening. So if you go into the App Store and search AOTA Inspire Annual Conference, it'll pop up right away. You download the app, and then when you go into the app, you select the conference for this year. And you can add sessions to your schedule so you can kind of design your own conference schedule. You already have one that you sign up for, and some are paid to go events, but this can just help you organize it. You can also look up dates, times, locations, You can see what exhibitions are happening and the booth numbers of those. They also have a really cool portion where you can write notes, which we have a refund form that it's really helpful. If you wanted to write your notes there to reference later. You can also, I was looking on there, they have a feature where you can look up contacts. So you can look up a presenter and it'll give you their first and last name. I believe sometimes it'll give you their email. So say you met someone and they were really cool and you don't remember what they are, you can go back and look and see who is at the booth or who is the speaker for that time, and you can actually connect with them that way, which is pretty cool. Um, so a little bit about breakouts and sessions. Um, there are several special events that are happening, such as the presidential awards, the award ceremony, the one that Dr. Kugel will be receiving an award at. There's the AOTPAC game night. Some of those are for cost, and the president's address. Um, there's a couple different presidential meetings, so just be careful because I did sign up for one that was accidentally just for presidents, and they sent me an email. So just be mindful of that. Sometimes they're for pay, sometimes they're for specific roles, but a lot of them are open to students. There are short courses, which are just about hour sessions on different topics, and then there's more in-depth workshops, which are more like 3-hour sessions that are more for intermediate and advanced content. That's a lot of where our OTs get continuing ed hours. There's also hands-on labs. That's an opportunity especially to look at technology and equipment that they may have, as well as talk to people who want to demonstrate like specific skills. And then there are several student sessions, which are 50-minute student-only sessions, which is a great way to learn more about the transition from student to new practitioner. There's also the poster sessions, which is all our cutting-edge research and different presenters from across the country who are showing their clinical research and whatnot, all those doctoral students who are presenting. And then there's clinical application of research panels, which will be just panels talking about multiple perspectives on research or new things that are happening within our field. So lots of stuff actually happening throughout the day. And those look a little bit different for every day. Again, like check the app to see what's available the day you're going, if you're only going for one day, or what things you want to prioritize. Now, the hall itself, this is where we're looking at this booths on booths on booths of OT practitioners, their businesses, businesses that want to sell you their product as an occupational therapist. So the hours differ per day. We're looking at kind of a shorter time for Thursday and a longer time for Friday and Saturday, a little bit earlier to end a little bit earlier. And Sophia did a great job and kind of separated out what kind of booths there will be. So we've got some technology and equipment, education and resources, pediatrics and specialized care, mobility access, productive aging and therapy tools, recruitments and organizations. And this is where you'll get all your freebies, all your stickers. You'll get tons and tons and tons of business cards. This is the place where you go and say, hi, I'm a Loma Linda student. Tell me about you. And you get to make those really great connections from clinicians and salespeople from across the US who are interested in our field. So some commonly asked questions for our students, specifically us Loma Linda students, is we can see the schedule on the app. Each session does fill up quickly. You don't need to reserve all sessions. Just know to be 15 to 30 minutes early as seats do fill. And like I said earlier, some are for pay and some are for free. So the free ones will probably fill up faster. So if you and your friends want to go grab some seats, it's always a great idea. The student only sessions are labeled student hashtag, student blank on the app and the AOTA website. So, I mean, the AOTA website. So plan ahead for that. Since field work is happening for the year 2s at this time, you are excused from the university. Field work instructors may say no or require to make up hours, but that is pretty unlikely. They want you to be engaged in your education, your growth as a clinician, and going to a conference is a great way to do that. So just be in contact with them and Dr. G on a one-to-one basis if that's your case. Um, for our capstone students, because I know we have some third years going, this does count for your capstone experience. We messaged with Dr. Kugel this morning and asked her about it. And she says, just try to make your AOTA hours count. So go to the things that are relevant to your capstone, try to see if you can connect those as well, and just make sure you're aligning what you're doing there with your capstone. And then, are we debriefing after? Let's chat. We have some SOTA events. Now, we don't have posters for these yet because we're working on all the details, but this is the proposed events that we're planning to host. So on Thursday, just a heads up, there is a free lunch from 12:30 p.m. They're providing lunch in the grand hall opening in the expo hall. So go get your free lunch there. We'll probably all be there for a delicious provided lunch, which is great. And then around 7 p.m. on Thursday, we're planning to go to Oasis Food Hall, which I believe is a ghost kitchen just down the road. I think this one's a walking distance too. And we're going to eat some snacks and hang out and chat. Um, on Friday morning, bright and early, we are going to be at Blossom Cafe and Market, which is walking distance, just walking right outside of the conference hall, pretty much around the corner. And Dr. Njetti and Jamoto will be there. So if you're wanting to say hi before we check in, take a picture, get to know your staff better, this is a great opportunity to do that. And then Saturday, Dr. Jamoto and Soto will be meeting at 7 p.m. at the Anaheim Packing District. So, variety of different foods. It's kind of like a food lab. And we will meet there and have some snacks, hang out, talk, and debrief about the conference and what we learned, if we're inspired, if we're really tired. And again, this event is actually open to all of SOTA, so all Loma Linda students are welcome to come, even if they didn't attend the conference, because we believe anyone who wants to come and socialize after will probably end up learning some cool stuff about AOTA. So we're excited for those events, and we'll keep you updated closer to make sure we have all the details hammered out. A $75 refund. All right, so SOTA is offering a $75 refund to all students who are going to the conference and purchase their tickets. So after the conference, how you'll receive this refund is we are going to send out a form that has several prompting questions and a place to submit pictures and information about what you learned. If you fill out this form within the week after attending the conference, so that'll be 7 calendar days from the last, no, 7 calendar days from the last day of conference, you will be eligible for a $75 refund. And we're giving that out to an uncapped number of students who fill out the form into its completion. And the refund will be in cash and distributed by Leticia. Again, we'll send this out closer till and have more information about that. So when you're at conference, take the pictures, write notes, collect all those business cards, and just really enjoy your experience so that you can share in, and some of the financial burden will be released if you share with us, because we want to make a newsletter to share with the entire student body at Loma Linda University Occupational Therapy Department. So let's go get inspired. Thank you guys for coming. Does anyone have any questions?
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
The student only sessions, are you able to sign up for those day of, or should we start looking into those now or as soon as possible?
Yeah, I believe some of them you can sign up ahead of time and some are just drop in. So again, showing up that 15 to 30 minutes early, kind of saving your seat. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, I think that should be fine. Thank
Okay. Yeah, no worries. And take a look at that app. You'll be amazed. There's a lot on there to sift through.
Sorry, I messed that up. If you click that link, it'll take you to the program like descriptions, and then you can see which ones you might need to sign up for. And then there should be like clicking that link should send you to the student one too. Also, I forgot to add this in the slides. the words do not associate with that link. But the expo hall is in Hall B, just for like future reference, once you get to conference.
Mhm. There's going to be a lot of signs too. And if you're in doubt, just look for someone with the AOTA Inspire badge. Um, they're pretty good about at conferences labeling where to go and how to get you there because they want you to attend. Thank you, Sophia, for adding that. Any other questions? All right. Thank you guys so much. We're going to save this video onto YouTube and share it out. If you think of anything, please feel free to email us. We're happy to connect you with resources. And if we don't know, we'll look into it. We really appreciate your guys' time today. It's really helpful to kind of know who's going and communicate about where to park. And we're just so excited to get to experience this with you guys. Thank you for joining.